So you've graduated high school. Congrats. You're probably looking at or have made your choice of college and are going to leave by the end of the summer. But here's the thing. If you're anything like me, talking to people you don't know or just generally being social is not exactly your strongest suit. This can range from meeting new people to getting necessary help to make sure this trip isn't a waste of time and money. In the next few minutes, I'll be explaining how to help your situation by being as social as you possibly can. I'll separate different scenarios based on people that you will likely interact with on your day-to-day life. Keep in mind that situations can mix and fluctuate, and certain situations don't always have perfect solutions. With that, welcome to an introvert's guide to surviving college. Most colleges have living spaces where you are required to cram all of your stuff in a tiny little room, along with another human being who will also cram even more stuff into that tiny room. Some colleges offer the option to buy single rooms, but there's no problem with living with another person for the semester. It's a lot easier and more financially wise to go with a roommate than fork out the money for a single room. That, and when I had a single room myself, I started going crazy from loneliness. If you watched any amount of TV, then you may have heard of college roommates being
your lifelong best friend.
Trust me when I say it's more likely not the case. There are situations where people get along with their first roommates, but don't try to force it. On the same hand, don't be a butthead about it either.
Hey, do you want to go and get some lunch sometime? Nope, studying! Okay, well then, how about when you're done? Nope! Okay, well, do you want to play some games or something? Nope! An internet video told me I won't be friends with my first roommate, so I can't do anything fun with you ever!
At least do your best to bridge the gap. Some good ways to get to know your roommate would be going out to lunch, going to see school events, or just talking about your interests. You might be surprised on what interests you share and what you may discover by listening to them.
Yeah, I love entering Elvis Presley lookalike contests. It's amazing what kind of people you meet there. Well, how about you? I enjoy eating peanut butter from hollowed out pickles. Me too!
If by the very likely circumstance you don't room with somebody you immediately connect with, or even worse, don't like them enough simply to coexist with them,
Sup?
then you do have options open to you. Just remember this saying, always communicate with your roommate. No, that doesn't work. Just remember this, always communicate with your roommate. Some colleges will make you sign a roommate agreement to make sure you don't rip each other's throat out when nobody takes out the trash.
I'll take that out tomorrow.
It's a little corny, but it's a good way to find out each other's barriers and open communications for the room's needs. Needs like floor cleanliness, temperature, awake hours, and space in the fridge. These may seem like small issues until they are not. I'll never forget telling my first roommate I don't mind him being awake at night until he was regularly playing Forza Horizon at 2 in the morning. Now let's say you've put an effort to get along, and you've communicated what you wanted from your roommate, but you still don't get along with them. In extreme cases where you don't feel comfortable in the room, or they bring back a special friend for some fun times with no warning, you can file a complaint to your RA to make them stop or get a room change. It's absolutely fine to not talk with someone and coexist with them. It is not fine, however, to live with somebody that you don't trust to be in the room with. And it's okay to request room changes if it's available. In summary, you'll be living with this person for quite a bit, so it's best to be sure that you're on good terms with them. This may come as a surprise to you, but people are meant to learn things in college. Seriously though, you will be going to college to learn things at some point, and primarily you will be learning things in a classroom. And if I know my introverted crowd out there, you're going to want classrooms to look something like this. But more than likely, it'll look a little bit something like this. Everybody's going to be thankful for any sort of tension breaker. One thing that you will learn in college is that classes can get quite hard at some times, and you will need somebody with vast knowledge in the subject you are learning. Now before you start profiling every single person in the classroom, start with the obvious choice. Start with the person teaching the class. And still knowing this introverted crowd, then you may be thinking that it's a little scary to approach somebody you don't know and ask them for help. And to that I say, yes, let's be fair, you'll be a bit nervous talking to the professor for the first time, but always remember that they're there to help you with anything you may want to know, provided you act like you give a care. In a shocking twist to the formula, teachers won't talk to you if you seem like you don't care for the stuff you're learning about. All you have to do is do the work and ask questions from time to time about things. You don't even have to ask about hard things, just throw something out there to clarify a point. I'm sure there'll be some poor sod in the room who will be grateful for the question. Now, you also may be thinking that it may be difficult to talk to a teacher because of things like a large class volume, but really, it's not. You can walk up to them after class, email them, or come to their office hours, anything. Just be 1,000% certain that you have a good grasp on the work that you are doing. And if you keep that in mind, then you'll be fine. Getting a grasp on classwork is great, but your college experience will be enhanced dramatically if you meet new people as well. And now, before you panic and run to the hills at the thought of social interaction, let me just say this. This is a lot easier than you may think. Most colleges have a wide array of activities and clubs that you can join, and you will more than likely find a group that you will enjoy participating in. Whether it's a TV crew, sports team, or cheese tasting club. Give me a break, I go to school in Wisconsin. When you find a club that you enjoy, you'll start doing things that you really enjoy doing, and the people there will appreciate you for helping out, and before you know it, you'll meet people that you'll soon call your friends. Now, when it comes to parties and social gatherings, you do not have to attend these events to fit in with everybody. You are able to have fun and fit in other areas. That being said, it doesn't hurt to go to at least one of these to see if it's right with you. You might be surprised when you step out of your comfort zone. People worth sticking around with will respect your preference and still be your friend even if you don't go to all of the outings. So don't feel like you have to go to the big blowout parties of big mistakes, because you don't. I can't guarantee that these things will make your life easy automatically. As anything in life, you'll have to work for it. And you may not get what you want right away. Sometimes you will have to take leaps of faith to get these things and make friends. But if you keep these things in mind, these go a long way to surviving college as an introvert.